We're live, pal. Doing a little Sunday morning hangout here, sip that coffee. I'm freshly shaven and dyed. It's Sunday, so yeah, it's the Sith Lord's Day. I got a lot of stuff to get done around here. Probably hopefully taking the air conditioner out, change the litter boxes, vacuum. Yeah, there's editing to be done. There's always editing to be done, which is not a bad thing. I do enjoy that part. Hey, Scarlett. Just sauntering on past me right now. Do, 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 do. Even though it is spook season, haven't really watched a lot of horror stuff. Just having a time. Definitely some things on the agenda that we will get to. We're taking Halloween and the day before off, so have a nice 4-day weekend, and we'll have plenty of time to catch up and watch our usual cavalcade of horror and spook inspired entertainment. Excuse me. It's actually frost on the car Friday morning. Yeah, that was fun. Actually had to break out the scraper. Just Scarlet scratching her neck over there. Haven't eaten anything yet, but eh. Food's overrated. Just kidding. Tells you I'm first thing waking up. Yeah, so. What's up, Nurk? Thank you. Yeah, it's freshly dyed. At 50, you don't have a hair color like this. Oh. Yeah, lots of horror stuff we got to catch up on. I did watch The Blackening on Netflix. That was fun. I liked it. Watched Terrifier 3 a few weeks ago. I mean, I'm not a huge Terrifier fan, but of the three movies in the trilogy, that's probably the one I would watch again. They're still too freaking long. They're still way too long. So they just got to cut back on those damn things. I guess they're doing one more. I mean, the story's developing, and is it Selena? Is that the name of the main character? I forget. She's developing strongly. Her character arc is getting more intense. So, the gore is always fun. And I don't know if there's been any other major things that have come out that we want to check out. I mean, there's Sinners, there's Weapons, stuff like that, and that's already available on Amazon. Already available. If you want to rent it or buy it, you can watch it with your Prime. Like 10 years ago, we were like so ensconced in The Walking Dead and everything, and we looked forward to it every week. I would watch the episode Sunday night and then go to work Monday morning and chat with one of my coworkers who was a huge fan too, and we just mark out over it. But we don't have anything like that right now. I know there's other Walking Dead properties out there, but it's just so saturated now. It's like I just don't care anymore. Matter of fact, we had gotten the last season of The Walking Dead like when it came out. I don't even think we ever watched it. Once it got to like season 9, I think we really checked out. Just couldn't get into it. I remember when the hoopla was, you needed to have Shutter around this time of year, and I remember getting Shutter and it was okay, but now you see like Tubi has better horror movies than Shutter does. Maybe longer, back in the 70s and 80s and stuff like that, like low key B grade horror, grindhouse stuff. It's way more fun. Antonio, thank you. I get that. I've gotten that before, and I take that as a compliment. So thank you. Yeah, getting comments on the look today. That's pretty good. Freshly shaven, smoothed out. So Lucas Jackson, hello Lucas. Hope everyone's having a good day. Is it Burnt Brinley? Brinley, you don't live next door to me. I look like a lot of people, so you might be mistaking me for somebody else. That's not a bad thing. But the big thing you get Shutter for is Joe Bob Briggs' Last Drive-In, which, bruh, how do you know? Then come over here and knock on my door. Knock on my door right now. Prove it. Didn't expect that, did you? Come on. Sunday morning, knock on the door. Come on over. Why did you play games? Because games are fun, especially when I run the game. Like I say in my videos, never stop playing. Yeah, Brinley, if you knock on the door, I'm putting you on camera. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. Oh, I meant, how did you know I didn't? Because I just know. And you just proved it. So it was a 50-50 guess, an educated guess, an educated wish, if you will. Never mind the fact we live in like farmland and our closest neighbor is like a mile away. There's that. But anyway, but Brinley, if you did live next door to me, I'd still invite you over. Come on over, hang out. What's up? Let's chat. What's going on? Let's solve the world's problems. Speaking of games, a buddy of mine was telling me he was playing this old videotape VHS board game, and it had the same character in it as the Nightmare VHS board game. I was like, oh, the game, the was not Dungeon Master, Gatekeeper. Ivalani, I love you. I love you, girl. I miss the hell out of you. You live in Westminster with my dad, and I sometimes to go see my mom. Westminster. Where is Westminster? No, don't dox yourself. I'm just curious. Is it this country? Because I got a lot of folks internationally in here. I don't want a specific address. I'm asking like general vicinity. Ivalani, I love you so much. I miss the hell out of you. Yep, so smooth up here and died down here. Trimmed it up, so it's got a nice little point going. Miss you too. You know, I'm always thinking of you guys. Hope you and Michelle are still doing good. Yeah, we're doing as good as we can these days. You know, life be lifing, a little too heavy sometimes. That's why I come on here and hang out. South Carolina, gotcha. That's cool. Yeah, we got friends in here from Florida and North Carolina and all over the place. So that's cool. We have family that lives down in like Tennessee, South Carolina. Unfortunately, I'm about to head to bed, but wanted to show my love. Well, you know, you always show love whether you are here in the chat, Ivalani, or not. You know, we're thinking about you a lot, and never forget how much I appreciate you. Michelle does. You know, the whole crew loves the hell out of you, and you know, I probably still wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for somebody like you. I'm dead ass serious, 100 when I say that. All right, but you get some good sleep. Message me if you got to. You know, like I said, like be life in. I'm feeling it's happening to you too. So, you know, if you got to message me, reach out. You're the first person ever to donate to me, Villani. I still remember that. I'll never forget it. And then everything else you've done. Everything else you've done. There's a guitar in that other room that I could pick up and hold. I could hug that. But you don't live in this area. Oh, Brinley, you subscribed. Thank you very much. Very nice of you. I'm not on. You are awesome. You, you, you. Speaking of subscriptions, which thank you again, Brinley, for doing that. New video should be up now today. It is my first time. It's a blind reaction to Sleep Token. And shout out to Rhonda Spilotro, part of the Merc fam, who gets a shout out in the video. She actually recommended the song. Next Sunday is me and the henchman outfit with Panda, aka Lucy, as I introduce her to King Diamond for the first time. There's another video that has to get done too. And I have to edit 3 more videos. 2 are You Gotta Hear This episodes with me and Panda, and 1 is another one of her story videos. Gonna go hop off and go to church. If you gots to, you gots to. It's the Sith Lord's Day. Don't forget that. You have a good day, Breenley. Thank you very much for stopping it. Yep, so we'll come back later. Probably won't be on, but I go live every Friday night. This is kind of a one-off thing that I just felt like doing, but it's all good. Hope you have a good day. Thank you. Scarlett is over there on the stove staring at me right now. Now she turned away. She's right there. Right there on the stove. Looking now she's looking up at the top of the fridge. That wasn't ominous. So yeah, Michelle's snoozing up in the bedroom right now. Got to switch hands. I don't have one of those selfie sticks, nor do I want one. What a superficial culture. But my hands falling asleep. Get that blood flowing. Just let your blood flow. Also on Panda's channel is our reaction to voice plays. The Devil Went Down to Georgia, which I was supposed to do a little teaser for that. I could still do it. Um, so I should, if I get some time, I hopefully can get that done today. Just to ask people to go over there and watch the video. So, Crown Jewel was yesterday. Solid show. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. It was better than WrestlePalooza. I'm not going to say WrestlePalooza was the worst PLE from the WWE this year because there were good matches on it, but there was just something about the flow of it that kind of faltered. So, yeah, wasn't as good as it could have been. A lot of things to get done today. A lot of things to do and no money to do it with. And that's the truth. But hey, we're surviving. Best you can do. And Scarlett descends off the stove, saunters back into the bedroom, probably taking her late morning nap before her early afternoon nap. Yeah, I realized Ivalani stopped in, and it's like 10 after 5 in the morning where she is. Got that little point thing going there. The big problem with my hair in general, it curls, and this stuff wants to curl underneath. It doesn't grow straight down. So it's weird. I was thinking to myself, I haven't watched in a long time is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Our friend Will, who stops in, talks about it all the time. He loves that movie. And to each his own. It's not my favorite, but I'll watch it if it's available. I was thinking, oh, we have the DVD, but who wants to go into the closet, take it out, put it in the Blu-ray, and turn it on and do all that stuff? It's so lazy. There's too many steps. I don't want to do that. And then, sure as shit, little blip shows up on the TV screen and says, "Oh, it's on Peacock now," which we have. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll roll that today while we're doing housework. Sometimes going on my phone is, it's a crapshoot because YouTube kind of it's weird how YouTube does this. It knows it's on a phone instead of on my laptop. So when it sends out the notifications, it seems to reach more people than it usually does on my laptop. So because I've seen my numbers go from 0 to 14 to 2 to 9 to 5 to 0 again, and that's just the nature of the beast. So people want to, they're scrolling through, and as they come across, like, who's this Walter White looking motherfucker? At least I don't get as many Paul Giamatti comments as I used to. That was getting annoying. Switch hands again. Jesus. You're just supposed to keep talking when you do these things, because you're hoping somebody's scrolling through and they're like, "Ooh, what's this person talking about?" So you have dead air. It does nothing. It does not help the cause. Plus, I'm not, a hot chick, so a lot of people are just gonna go right by. Unless you got a dad kink, and you ain't gonna come in here. And it's not a bad thing, because I am a dad. Technically, more than one way. But damn, I wish I could go get some Dunkin' right now. But number one, the Dunkin' Donuts in town is always mobbed because there's only one in the small town we live in. And you could do the mobile app thing, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I still don't trust it. Last time I went there to get food was it last week or 2 weeks ago, and I sat in line at the drive-through for 40 minutes just to get to the speaker to put my order in. And then from the speaker to the window to get my food was like 2-3 minutes. But I didn't have anything else to do. I think it was around Michelle's birthday, so I was like, I'm committed. Plus, I'm loving the pumpkin donuts at Dunkin' this time of year. I love apple cider donuts, which I believe they are in my future tomorrow. Looking forward to that. It's a holiday tomorrow, too, a bank holiday. Well, a federal holiday in some respect. So no banks are open and no mail. But the stock exchange is open, so that means we're open. So we're gonna get a lot of people probably thinking we're closed, and hopefully we shouldn't get a lot of phone calls, which would be nice. So otherwise, just chilling on a Sunday morning. It's October 12th, right? Yeah, jeez. 10-12. 19 days to Halloween. Or 19 days of Halloween left, depending how you look at it. As I've gotten older too, when it comes to the Halloween time, we used to have this mentality like, oh, we have to watch all these different movies and TV shows, and stuff like. No, we don't. We don't have to. It felt like, well, if you didn't do these things in our heads, it felt like if you didn't watch this and do this and do this, it's not really Halloween time, and that's BS. We got decorations up. We've had them up since September. Uh, I watch horror movies all the time, so it's not designated only to this time of year. Spook season for me starts August 18th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Day. And then it just goes until November 1st. But you can still watch it anytime. Just the fact that it is October 12th and the rest of this year is going to freaking fly by so damn fast. It'll be January before you know it. Snow will be flying. Ugh. Sick of it. Yeah, so I gotta find a place to stash this air conditioner. This is our new one that I just got this year. 10,000 BTUs, and man, did we need it this year. This frickin' summer was legit hell. So, new video is up on the channel. I'm hoping it's going to do some good stuff. First time blind reaction to Sleep Token. and plenty of other stuff coming up on the channel. But looking at November and December, I'm going to be changing up the what the plan is. November is just going to be kind of catching up on reaction requests. Me and Panda are going to do some more You Got to Hear This episodes. Hi, Rachel. How you doing, hon? And I'm just stopping in a little Sunday morning coffee chat. Evilani was just in here, but she's going to bed because it's 5:20 where she is in the morning. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. November is going to be a hodgepodge. Try to catch up on reaction requests. I have one or two from Deb. I forget how many I have from Deb to do. DJ sent me one. My boy Cosmic Black Metal sent me a couple, which I have to. The videos he sent me are too long. I kind of have to do a truncated version of that one. And December, there'll probably be some Christmas themed voice play home free type stuff that comes out. I'll do those. I'll probably do a warning reaction sprinkled in without, but I'm not going to look for any kind of specific stuff because doing this for over 5 years now. And recently I hit 1 million views on my channel. Not in one video, it was all my videos combined over 5 years, but still, I hit 1 million views, and that's pretty cool. Just doing this as a hobby, as a side bitch, is pretty cool to say. Like, hey, I hit 1 million views. So some channels can't say that. Some channels can say they've got billions of views, and good for them. But it's pretty cool for me. So yeah, I'm not gonna plan out to do like some kind of Christmas themed song every week because it never works out that way. Just woke up trying to get up so I don't oversleep and miss bingo. Yeah, don't be missing that bingo. You had the big payday on that a couple weeks ago. You're investing in your future doing that. Otherwise, probably I'm doing a lot more of the intense dad jokes. That'll be my my little thing. And You Got to Hear This episodes. Whenever Wrestle Trivia wants to drop a Wrestling Jeopardy episode, I'll do that. Junebug, what's up, my man? How you doing? Good morning. Yeah, just chilling here on the Sunday morning, sipping a little coffee. I'm glad you like those, Rachel. They're fun. Just had some breakfast. I haven't eaten anything yet. What'd you have? What'd you have? We have cereal. I could do that, but it's already 10:30. I could just wait an hour and a half and have lunch. That is one thing I miss. Some grits and bacon. There you go. Do you put sugar in your grits? A good brother of mine from Texas. Remember, we were having breakfast one time. He got the grits, and I saw him put a lot of sugar in there. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, that's how you eat them. Usually wait until bingo. That's what I do miss about living in this state. There's no good like Greek diners. There's home style diners here, and you get the great pancakes and waffles and stuff like that. A lot of sugar house type places. But man, I miss a good Greek diner. Didn't care for them. Nope, but I put a decent amount of butter on my grits. I've heard you do that too. Gotcha. Hmm. Grits and polenta, kind of the same thing. Yeah, the same process, just a little bit of a different texture, I believe. So, I wish I had some bread mix. I made a pumpkin bread last weekend, I think. It didn't last long. We made that and it was gone within a couple of days. But I want to get I usually make a cranberry bread around this time of year, lemon poppy seed bread. And if I am feeling froggy, I'll do a cinnamon strudel type bread. So grits is made from corn, yes. I personally will say the best way to make grits is shrimp and grits. Yeah, that sounds amazing. Never had it. Don't have it available in this area, but yeah, because this is the North, so grits ain't on the menu here. It just is not. So even if I wanted to have them, there's no place around here to have them. Might be some restaurants, in like the bigger cities and stuff like that to the north and south of us that would have it available on the menu. But at least in this town, there's one major restaurant you can go to for breakfast around here, and they do not have them. You got biscuits and sausage gravy and all that stuff, but no grits. How do you like your grits? Regular, creamy, or al dente? Sausage gravy biscuits yesterday for breakfast, actually. Michelle loves sausage gravy and biscuits. Yep, so does Rachel. See, I'm thinking, because this time of year, 2 years ago, I was in Ohio with the Merck fam. And 2 years ago was when I took Lindsay with me. And we were hitting up Golden Corral and International House of Pancakes, Waffle House. Oh my God, what a time that was. The fat kid in me was just singing every morning the different options we had. Then last year, when I went there myself, didn't hit so many restaurants. I did hook up with my friend Jerry, and we went to a nice diner near where he lives. It was good food there. And I hit the Duck Donuts too. Biscuits and gravy is one of those foods you can make for any major meal of the day, and nobody would look at you funny. There you go. Made some at work, and the kids liked it. Afterwards, they just wanted to eat gravy. It tells you how good your gravy is. My father, oh my God, that man, he wouldn't do gravy at breakfast. But if there was gravy available, he would have like roast beef and baked potato and stuff like that. I mean, that guy, man, he prepared his plate to perfection. He would arrange his food in a certain way, and then he'd douse the gravy on the whole thing and just, go to town. Whereas I have never been a fan. It's just like, it just does not look good to me. And that's just my thing. I don't hate on anybody who does enjoy it. You go right ahead. But brown sauce to me does not sound right. You can get away with that at Best Biscuits if you have good great gravy for sure. The gravy is way more important than the biscuits. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Find the video on YouTube of Alton Brown making a gravy after he finishes like a turkey, I think. He's got pan drippings and does the whole way of making it, adding the flour and creating a roux and adding wine to it to deglaze the pan, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end of the video, he actually takes a shot of the gravy. Strange dish, and really, it's really wet flour on top of really dry flour. That's a great way to put it, Rachel. I didn't realize that. You're right. Wet flour on top of dry flour. Mm-hmm. Almost finished my cup. Now I could be a prick and drink the other 2 cups of coffee over there because Michelle's still sleeping and she needs to sleep. But and I don't know how long she's going to sleep because we leave that on for too long, the coffee's going to go bad. Now, Mr. Scott, how can it take you 5 minutes to cook your grits when it takes the entire grit eating world 20 minutes? The man got the reference. Yes, my cousin Vinny. Brilliant. I don't know. I'm a fast cook, I guess. Were these magic grits? You get these grits the same place that Jack got his beans for his beanstalk beans? Favorite Joe Pesci non-mob movie ever? Mm-hmm. Let's see. What was that? What's the movie? Brendan Fraser's in it. Joe Pesci plays a bum at Harvard. But man, the performance he has in that movie is great. With Honors. I think it's called With Honors. That's a great movie. Now do the stuttering lawyer. Mister. He's good. That guy, I forget his name. He's in Short Circuit, and he's in the Muppet movie. The other great thing about My Cousin Vinny is that besides Marissa Tomei, is Fred Gwynn as the judge. What is a Ute? Not even necessary prescription glasses. They're reading glasses. How many fingers am I holding up now? Is Amir, did Marissa Tomei get hotter as she's gotten older? I mean, she's freaking hot in that movie, but nowadays, dude, whoa. Fun fact: the 2 Utes bit was put in due to the director actually not understanding what it meant. Yeah, it's Ralph Macchio, of course. Um, I could see the guy who's his the other guy there, but I can't remember his name. And that freaking red tuxedo suit thing he wears. Yes, I did see Diane Keaton died. Yeah. Everyone watched The First Wives Club in tribute to her. Watch that. Watch The Godfather. Um, maybe Godfather 2, actually. She gets more chances to what no? Yeah. Yeah, Godfather 2 I think is better. Mr. Gambini is a very intelligent, thorough, thought out obligation. Why, thank you, overruled. And say what you want about Woody Allen, plenty of people can, but you can still watch Annie Hall. It is a good movie for Diane Keaton. Um, the entire new suit store had the right, yeah. So you had to buy it in the secondhand store. Otherwise, it's where the leather one, which I know you hate, or this. I wore this ridiculous thing for you. Are you on drugs? You on drugs? Marissa Tomei won the Oscar, I think, for that movie. Best Actress. Marissa Tomei is also in The Wrestler. Yeah. She get naked. Y'all one hell of a trial lawyer. How many? Five. Oh, don't forget this one and this one. Seven. Hey, Tony. Was a pure love letter to all us WWE fans and definitely a match of the year contender. It was also a yes, totally agree, and it was a love letter to TNA fans because AJ did tributes to Samoa Joe and Christopher Daniels in the match. So yeah, I don't care what anybody says. It was fantastic. Absolutely loved it. The shit they were pulling out, like wow. You could tell that they were gonna be going they were gonna do something weird because if you go with a typical match format, they were hitting the heat kind of fast and the heat was very repetitive. It was three of those snapmare, hit the ropes, forearm type spots in a row. Then the quick hope spot. Then AJ got back on it. Then we started getting the comeback. Then we got all the shenanigans after that. Did AJ do the walk away after Cena did a jump from the top rope? No, he didn't do that. That would have been funny. But he did not do that. Now, AJ did the Coquina Clutch, which they referenced, and he did Angel's Wings, which I think they also referenced in the commentary. But we got, we got Skull Crushing Finale, we got a Choke Slam, uh, did the Acolyte for Rusev. I thought he was going to do a giant swing for Cesaro, Claudio. Um, so Bray Wyatt did Bray Wyatt, yes. Tombstone. Mm-hmm. Yep, Sister Abigail thing. I was tearing up in that match. I think it was right around the Bray Wyatt spot because that freaking crowd went crazy and instantly threw up the phones, the fireflies, everything. I was really getting emotional about that. It was so touching. And now John's got 4 dates left. We know the last one is December. That's Saturday night's main event. Chances are there'll be one at Survivor Series. So it's a question what the other two are going to be. And now AJ will be finishing up next year. Oh, and the fact that John gave AJ his own distinctive introduction at the beginning of the match, too. That's amazing amount of respect. I mean, yeah, the John Cena heel turn, it is what it is. It could have been better, but I don't give a shit. I think this retirement tour is John paying so much tribute back to all the people that helped him and entertaining the fans and just going out having fun, not making it about himself. I still wish WWE had used Bray better. Yeah, the Wyatt family around 2014 and stuff until he died was great, but it fell from 16, 18, 19 as he did was lose. Yeah, I mean, that's true. If you watch the documentary about Wyndham, you know, you kind of see that he was going through some shit um, behind the scenes. Creativity is a harsh mistress because eventually you're going to overthink everything. And when you do that, that's when it halts your progress. And that's what started happening to him. Should have happened sooner. Again, it's Hindsight's 2020. I'm really angry that Cena's last match is starting its main event. To make it work, it's not in Cena's home city. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Like the idea of him cheating at Mania to break the streak instead of it being Lesnar who broke it. Hmm. So, should have always been Roman who broke the Undertaker's streak. I mean, that makes sense. Um, that would have happened. It was WrestleMania 33 or 34, one of those two, where it was Roman and Taker. Roman went over, and that was the match. Taker didn't really like his own performance. Did Brock need it? No, but who else at that time could have done it? And if you listen to the interviews, Taker says, up until a certain point, he was going over. He was going to be Brock. And then whatever meetings took place and decisions were made, and Vince changed his mind, which he does. And he has every right to do that as the boss. So, but it's not just Brock ending the streak. It was also after that what he did to John at SummerSlam when he annihilated him. That keeps the mystique of Brock Lesnar being a true badass monster alive and reinforces it. So it makes Lesnar even more over. People believe more in him being this killer. Yeah, I agree. Lesnar didn't quote unquote need it. He was already in that position. But that could also be a case where sometimes you book yourself into a corner. I've been there. So Lesnar did Cena most recently. Well, that's where I have not heard if they have decided who Cena's last opponent is going to be. If it is Lesnar, there might be a payoff there. So that wouldn't make sense. Yeah, and as far as this year's concerned, Cody and Cena's match at SummerSlam was better than the WrestleMania match. That is on the crowd. The crowd had a big factor in that. Um, so you can't please everybody all the time. I don't see how it could be Edge. He's still under contract to AEW. And I don't know if his contract expires in December. So, Dirty Dom. That's a cute idea, but I don't see that happening. I mean, Dom is one of the most over guys in the company right now. Who would ever thought that? He is a full-on heel, but he's got this pocket of fans that's growing exponentially that freaking love him, and deservedly so. That kid, he's on every single week, and every time he performs, it's solid. He's in the AAA main event. He's AAA Mania Mega Champion. All that stuff. So that kid is leaps and bounds where he should be. He has really taken it. AJ Styles, first ballot Hall of Fame, absolutely, 100%. I would think if 2026 is his last year, 2027, if he does hang it up at the end of 2026, 2027, he's going to the Hall of Fame. John's got to be going in next year. And I would say now, but probably, my mind will change. When John goes in, he should um, ask Kurt Angle to induct him. What's up, Panda Baby Girl? How you doing? I'm freshly shaven and freshly dyed. So we are hoping today that we're going to get the. Now we're thinking about it. We might. Hey, Rhonda, how you doing, girl? My reaction to Sleep Token is live. I don't know if you've watched it yet. Um, we're going to get the recording that me and Michelle want to do, and we're going to stick it in um, the voice play Hall of the Mountain King video. We have an idea. We think it's going to work. So just woke up. I'm a look. Okay. All spiffy. Very nice. Thank you. A little point going here. Trimmed it up a little bit because it got the dead ends always. I was so happy with Stephanie McMahon going to the Hall of Fame. She had no idea. Yep. Yeah, that was a nice drop on her. Panda, what you got going on today? Do you have D&D today? You hanging with the Spicy Crew? I think you said that they got a Halloween party gathering happening. Not the same thing, but it just made me think of it. There was a parade in town called Mid Pride that was going on. We actually saw a couple of people walking towards downtown yesterday, and they had the rainbow flags and the signs, all that stuff. We said, "Oh, hey, how you guys doing? Oh, we're going to the Pride thing. Yeah, we heard that was today. Hope you have a great time. Enjoy yourselves. Love is love. All that stuff." So, trying to show support as we always do. So happy for Stephanie. Yep. What else? So yeah, as I was saying, we got a lot of stuff to do around here, but she needs to get some rest, and she does all this stuff. So because I was really grown out bad. Nothing today. D&D next Sunday. Carnival of Pain on the 26th. Oh my God, that name is awesome. Spicy Halloween party on the 1st. There you go. Just because it's past Halloween doesn't mean you can't still celebrate. Currently watching the WrestleMania 38, AJ and Edge. What a great match it was. Carnival of Pain. That is so good. That could be that could be a convention thing. That could be a wrestling show name. That could be a metal tour name. There's a lot to that. Carnival of Pain. That was the night to rejoin Edge. Well, we may be spicy, but we're also spicy adults with jobs. Since Halloween is a Friday, we're just scouting it over to Saturday. There you go. Totally makes sense. Yeah. Mhm. I can say with 100% confidence the last time Halloween was on a Friday was 2020 because that was supposed to be like the big Halloween year. It was 2020. Halloween was on a Friday. It was a full moon that night, and it was a blue moon that same night. But of course, that was in the midst of the dark time, so nobody could do anything. Diana Tovar, love you. How you doing, girl? Good morning to you. Ivalani was in here earlier, but it was 5 o'clock in the morning when she stopped in, so she's supposed to be laying down and sleeping now. So Yeah, Lindsay sent me a screenshot of the Facebook post for when we went to Ohio together 2 years ago. She's like, "Oh my god, I had so much fun." Yep. Good morning, beautiful. How was your night? Mine was wonderful. You by my side now. Open my eyes, see your sweet face. It's a good morning, beautiful day. Oh, it's laundry day. You doing better? Yeah, you still recovering from your surgery? Uh, mm-hmm. It's usually on at 1 a.m. for you? Yeah, yeah. Here in the States, if you wanted to watch Crown Jewel, all that stuff live, it's 8 in the morning. Yeah, around this time we were hanging out. Mm-hmm. Roy, or should I say Gordy, was on TikTok last night. So I stopped in and saw him. He was like, "Hey, Mr. Scott, saw your text, man. Sorry I haven't gotten back to you." I'm like, "Dude, I just sent you an innocuous text. You don't have to respond. I know you're busy." Just the fact he did a video with Guar and didn't tell me, that's grounds for a beating right there. And not the fun kind. I think we're caught up on laundry. Like I helped do it. Michelle is caught up on laundry. But big projects today. We got to vacuum, change out the litter boxes, find a home for the air conditioner, and take it out of the window finally. Avoiding it, but running out of pants. So, well, we all know a no pants day is a good day. So, especially all since you still got good weather down there, at least temperature wise. Yeah, he did the gourd lord. He's testing it out still. He's trying to get the lighting proper. It looks cool. The jack o' lantern mask he's got. I don't know how comfortable it is because I know it was custom made. So he was just working out the kinks last night. He's got two cameras set up. One's a straight shot like this, and one was a close up of the keyboard. Yeah, it's very different. Yes, very different. Is there any songs coming from the Merkins' Halloween? I don't think so. Um, Roy's been doing more of the immersive TikTok streams. Quite frankly, that platform has allowed him to be a little bit more creative, a little bit more freedom musically, whereas YouTube will snag you with a copyright claim within seconds. TikTok's got a little bit more freedom with that, so he can get away with using music. But the way he also, good morning, Will. The way he's also able to set up the camera and set up Matt as a particular character. He's got, and he also let's be honest here, it's business. He's making more money over there than he was on YouTube. So, he's really kicking ass with doing those live streams. As far as the songs are concerned, he's had too many freaking lawsuits and C&Ds and all that stuff to deal with. So I don't blame him if he can't do any music right now. Waiting on getting down into the 50s so I can go out and enjoy my weekend morning coffee out on my back porch. Yeah, we all miss hanging on YouTube, but he's been doing this almost 10 years. Puts all his own money into it. Anything he makes on the streams goes right back into the projects. So he's losing money and hardly making any, or breaking even if he's lucky. So there gets a point where you got bills to pay. He's got a family to help take care of too. His wife works, but as well as does he. He does a full-time job and does all this other stuff. So he is so driven. It's inspiring, really. which that tells me I got 3 videos. I have to work on editing. Doesn't mean I have to do them all today. There are 2 with Panda and 1 more Panda Stories, or Southern Spooks, as they've been dubbed. So, and we have our Hall of the Mountain King. I have to edit, and the Figaro video to put together at some point that she will utilize when she wants to post something on her channel. And then I have my Halloween video I have to do. I did part of it last night. This is going to be weird. That's all I can say. And I think that's it. This Wednesday, I do plan to do the heavy Halloween stream in full henchman garb. But there's been some opportunities at work for overtime. So if I get to work late Wednesday and make some money, I'm doing that instead. But the 29th of October definitely will be a heavy Halloween. I have to post schedule the stuff you've already sent me. Yeah, what I do yesterday, the Beauregard Keys, that's right. And I have Mary Laveau to do. Yeah, I'm talking about Roy. Definitely need a reaction to The Offering next. Okay. Gotta listen more Sleep Token. You got Nightmare Before Christmas stuff for Halloween. Oh, I know you do. You get your overtime, yeah. Considering how broke I am right now, I kind of need it. The Offering is a British band. Okay. Yeah, I mean it's ridiculous shit, but that's the publishing rights and cease and desist orders that go out. Deanna, yes, got the Illinois sisters in here. Oh, The Offering is a Sleep Token song. Okay. Oh, Sleep Token is a British band. Is that what you're saying? I'm worried about the response to Mary Laveau. It was more background info heavy than the others. Went to Spirits. I got a signed shirt and gloves. Yeah, that was one of the good things I got to do when I was taking my car down to Rutland to get the work done on it. The plaza right next door, Spirits, was right there, so I could saunter over and just peruse and check stuff out. Oh, I want that. I can't afford it. I want that. I can't afford it. I want that. I can't afford it. Vanilla Ice was cool. Yeah, he was fine with everything. One of the bigger ones was Axl Rose being a prick, and saying the C and D through his lawyer to Roy to take down the Green Child of Mine video. They have a sax player come out. They have a violin player too, so they get some sax and violins. I do dad jokes. What can I tell you? Don't get mad at me. Who would you say is the greatest seller in WWE? For me, it has to be the Austin Theory or The Rock. Dolph Ziggler. June. I've been on here for over an hour and finally get my first PJE from Junebug. Pancakes, waffles, French toast. That's tough. I love all 3. I would mouth rape all 3 of them. Sorry, was that too much? Sorry, YouTube. Eat me. Probably, I'm going to push pancakes because you can put stuff in waffles and French toast too. But, and I do prefer Pancakes I take either just plain or with blueberries. Getting chocolate chips in them is fine. Sometimes it gets a little too tiresome. The flavor fatigue kicks in. But I'm going to push pancakes. I'm going to job waffles because they vary. You know, they could be thick, they could be thin, they could be big, they could be small. So there's great diversity to waffles. French toast, it depends on how it's made. If it used the challah bread, you know, that's one thing. If it used Deo bread, like you should, you know, that's another thing. So I guess I can endeavor French toast. But if you put all three together, that's a win. If I should get a mask or makeup, they had a mask that looked like a disco ball. I almost bought it for $30. There you go. They want chair dancing. Embarrassing wrestling story of your career. What is an album you love for the music but has terrible cover art? So chair dancing, embarrassing story, and cover art. I'll have to think about that one. Nothing's clicking in my head right now. Embarrassing wrestling story has to go back when I was first starting. Damn. I mean, there's a few of them. I'm just trying to remember the worst one. Always chair dancing. Don't get any makeup from Spirit. It's all crap. If you want good, and for a budget, message me. I'll send links. For the album art, my answer would have to be Load by Metallica. Yeah, because it is a load. But that's not necessarily an album I love. Yeah, nothing is coming to mind right now. It doesn't mean that there aren't albums I love with bad cover art. I just can't think of one right now. Embarrassing story. Let's see. Oh, here's one. Okay. I was wrestling it was an outdoor show. It was like a fair show. And we had a small roster of wrestlers, which gives you the opportunity to wrestle multiple times under different characters. How do you do this? You put on a mask. And I had bought in this green and white mask, and I would wear that and a complete camouflage outfit. And I called myself the Green Mountain Grappler. And it was kind of like a Mark type character. I would do other wrestlers' moves. I did like the claw, but I scratch my ass first, you know, then do the claw. It was a stupid comedy type character. So this one fair show, I wrestled as myself in the opening match. It was a tag match. And then I wrestled the last match against the champion as the Green Mountain Grappler. In the midst of the match, and there's not a huge crowd, but still this it doesn't matter. It's still a wrestling show. In the midst of the match, the guy I'm wrestling, who was from Connecticut, his name was Marcus, he gives me a punch. When I go down to sell it, mask came off. And I instantly cover my face. To his credit, he stopped hitting me, and the referee stuck his shirt over my head so I could put the mask back on underneath the referee's shirt. It wouldn't have killed my career or anything like that or anything ridiculous, but just the fact in the middle of this match, off the mask came. And I'm like, like people could, I was trying to bury my head in the guy's chest and everything so nobody saw it was me. And then the referee has to take his shirt, put it over my head, for God's sake, you know. So It's stupid. It's a little embarrassing, but it's more stupid than anything else. You're already wrestling in front of people in spandex, in tights. Yeah, it's just you kind of have to take just you can't take it too seriously. It's a performance. It's supposed to be entertaining. When you first get in the business, that's where you think every little thing you do wrong is an embarrassment. And what you don't realize until you do it a few hundred times in front of people you don't know is that they're not in on the meeting in the locker room. They don't know when you screw up if you don't acknowledge it. So if you just go with the flow, same with performing on stage or anything like that. You forget a line in a play, you forget a word in a song, you forget a dance move, you keep going. The show doesn't stop. So I don't remember if the referee had deodorant on or not. Paranoid is another one. Well, Paranoid is only weird because that wasn't supposed to be the name of the album. It was supposed to be War Pigs. That's why it looks like that. I could have seen there being a wrestler called that during the 90s. Yep. Did anyone ever crap themselves in the ring during a show you were at? Yes. I told that story before. It didn't happen to me. It happened in the match I was in. So I don't call that embarrassing because it didn't happen to me. You don't eat before a match. Drink water, drink energy drinks, whatever you got to do to keep yourself going. And then after the match is when you eat. Stone Cold when Yoko did the drop from the ropes, maybe. You remember, yeah, Michelle telling that story. Yep. I'm racking my brain right now trying to think of any other embarrassing stories. Because, like I said, there's a lot, but I have blocked a lot of it out. It's a previous life now. So I'm like regressing mentally to try to bring up these memories. And sometimes that's not a good thing. Yeah. Still on the cover art thing. I mean, recently, it's not a great album, but I know recently Deicide got heat because their last album cover was all AI generated. Whatever. Um, at the great Puddin', is that you from Jill's stream? What's up with you? How you doing? Hello there. How you doing today? What's going on in your world? Excuse me while I just walk around the house. Yeah, I'm still banking on that. Best cover art I've ever seen is one of Jeff's versions of Carol the Bells. Okay. Chilling, playing some guitar on my day off. Nice. Yeah, I should be working on some more songs too. Oh, that's another thing too. The last week of October, my song "Slice" will be available for the first time publicly um, on YouTube. It's not the music video version I did. That is still only for members. It's just the song, and it's only going to be up for a week. So it's kind of an appropriate song to listen to for this time of year. I thought, why not? I have to find a better drum program though, because so many ideas, but so many drum programs are either not user friendly enough or they cost too much. I can show you guys. Into the office here. So yeah, there's the Jabroni's got the green strings on it, the 5 strings. I got to change those. Just put new flats on the Rickenbacker, and now the axe bass has orange strings now too. This is what I'll be using on the Twitch streams for Heavy Halloween. And in case you haven't seen it, that's the guitar that Ibalani got me last year. And that's the guitar that Roy gave me last year. Check this out. I forgot I had this. Dead Clima got me this a couple of years ago. I totally forgot I had it. I was like, why the frick haven't I put this up yet? So that's there now. Yep. There's Snoopy. Michelle got these for me a couple of weeks ago. Mr. Skull Mask right there. Leatherface doll, Leatherface pop-up. That is my favorite Texas Chainsaw Massacre cover. There's the saw. There's the spikes I was wearing during my recordings with Panda, and then I'll be wearing those when I do Heavy Halloween. This was actually given to me by Michelle's stepmom. I actually had something like this when I was a kid. You know, it's a lamp, but it's got the pumpkin, it's got the black cat on it. We had 2 of those when I grew up, and I don't know whatever happened to those, but she gave me that. And I got this, Walter gave me this, Star Wars Muppets set up here, a couple of Misfits dolls that Carnival got me. Michelle got me that King Diamond for Father's Day. I got my Lemmy action figure, Cliff Burton action figure, and my 5 Kings on the wall there. There's Billy up there. My friend Tom Clark got that for me. This is a painting that a friend of mine named Nikki did. She did that one, and she did this one. She also did that. It's an angry emoji from the Girls Play Twitch channel. I won that. My Cliff Burton portrait that my friend Azra Mordecai did. That's the original. So yeah, all kinds of fun stuff. A Vader helmet right there. Always got to have a Vader helmet. And check these out. There's a Lemmy Funko Pop. And a little collection of VHS tapes I've hung on to for years. I bought this for my father for Christmas one year. He never opened it. It's the gold box Star Wars Trilogy special edition VHS. And then I got some of my favorite metal and wrestling VHS tapes here. My John Nada Funko Pop. Got the Wolf's Den. And over here, that's the hat that's worn in the One Last Meal video that Leatherface wears. Roy gave me that. And those 3 hats there are Canadian hats that Deb Clima sent me. And there's the coffin case. My Stratocaster's in there. Little mini Marshall amp over there. There's my Saw 10 popcorn bucket. Yep, and there's my Ampeg bass amp. And that's Editing Central right there. That's where I sit and do all my shit. So, check out this WWF poster. I got that in 1986. God, look at the prices on that. Golden ringside, $20. My sister got me that. Hi there. My sister got me this for my birthday. 101 greatest movie quotes poster. So there's Magic hanging out in the closet. There's Darius cashed out on one of the trunks. Monster D. And of course, got Lemmy right here. Some of Michelle's accoutrement, her hats. This is a gun cabinet too. So, yeah, a little tour of the office. Oh man. Yeah, they make. I've gotten pink/purple string colors, blue, green, orange. They had multicolored too. They made yellow, but I don't see the point for yellow. Oh, I got to test the green screen out too. Make sure that's up to specs for when I do the heavy Halloween stream and for the Halloween video I'm doing this year. Well, I think I'm going to start to wrap this up here. I thank everyone for stopping in and hanging with me this Sunday morning. I might finish up that coffee anyway, just because it's going to go bad if I don't. Michelle's still sleeping. And we got a lot of stuff to do around here. New video is live. A blind reaction, first-time reaction to Sleep Token. So please watch, like, comment, share it, do all that cool stuff. That'll be very nice. Go to Panda's page. I've got you covered. And you see her and me, well, Lucy and me, checking out Voice Play's version of Devil Went Down to Georgia. Apologies, Panda, I have not done a short video promoting that to go to your page. Hopefully I can get that done today. And I'll be working on the other 3 videos for Panda 2. They'll be done soon. I know she's not put any pressure on it, so I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying I hope to get them done soon, because I do enjoy doing that. And plus she's worth it. So next Sunday is me and Lucy doing me introducing her to King Diamond, and the songs Funeral and Arrival from Abigail. You get to see me fall in love, which is so easy to do. And Deanna, you be safe now. Thank you for stopping in. Rhonda and everyone else, Will, Rachel, of course, Panda, the Cream Puffs all showed up today in their own respective times. Tony, hope you have a good week. Thanks to the other people that stopped in from South Carolina and all the other places today. I don't think there's anything else really to plug at this time. So hope you have a good day. The week is going to be rough. We know that. But we'll all be there for each other to support each other, because that's what we got to do. All right. Be safe out there. Much love to you all.